after we got back from our weekend away last night, we got our Halloween decorations down from the loft. I like to do this a little bit ahead of time just to see what we have. And as you can see, that is the broom. I would say that I did thin it down a couple of years ago. I did have another 4 boxes of Halloween stuff, but I got rid of it all. I gave it away to other people, especially those that were having Halloween parties. So I'm going to go through it and I will share what I have. I'm going to do this in stages because, as I say, I'm going through everything, see if there's anything I wish to get rid of, and also there is a few bits and pieces that I bought after Halloween last year. Now, the first one here is this big purple sign. Happy Halloween, the witch is in. Now, I bought that, I believe, last year, and I did use it because I bought it before Halloween started, and I do have my broom. And what I normally do is I have that sign in my hallway, usually, along with the broom, which is on one of the coat pegs, and the witch's hat. The only problem is now, this year, I've got a little unit in my hall, so it might not be possible to do that this year, so I may have to rethink that. The other one is this one. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it could have come from Poundland. Headless Horseman, Dead and Breakfast Enter at Own Risk. I know for a fact that usually goes in the kitchen. And this one, because it's still got the price on, I must have bought that after Christmas, and I got a sneaky feeling it was something like 50 to 70% off. Pumpkin Heads, Deadly Diner Tonight and Specials, and then it's got everything down there. So I reckon I may have paid 50p for it, if that, and that is B&M looking at the sticker. Now, this is one of the boxes. This one usually comes out about now, and a lot of it sort of comes out and then it dwindles into Halloween. So, if you can bear with me, I'll go through a lot of the bits and pieces. I'm not sure, I believe these were £1 each, and I don't know if I bought them last year or the year before. I've sort of gone mad because in England they started bringing out the glittery pumpkins, and I'm positive these actually came from Asda. So I've got that design. Got quite a few of those, I think. I've also got that, as I've got a lot of black furniture around our home, I've got this one. So I'm sure they were £1 each, and I have this one. So I've got quite a few of those. I got these because I am mad on owls, and these were from Poundland. I've got a couple of those. I've actually managed to get a couple of purple ones that I got really reasonable when Pound World was closing down. The only thing is everything gets covered in glitter. So I've got another one for those pumpkins. As I said, a lot of these actually start going out now. And I believe it might have been, I don't know if it was Amazon, and I bought no end of these. Again, at the time, these are a few years old now. At the time, and some are a little bit bash, but that adds to everything, doesn't it? I bought a whole pack of these from Amazon because I couldn't find pumpkins originally in the stores, especially this small. So I got quite a few of those. As I'll get out. I've also got my squirrel tea light. And this was reduced down to £2. It was £4, and I don't know what it was before then. Now, I'm trying to recognise the ticket. I'm not sure if that is TK Maxx or HomeSense. It's one of the two because they sell very similar items sometimes. So that is really autumn. As I said, this decor comes out leading up to Halloween. I've also got a wicker squirrel. I think that might have been Tesco's. And some of these were actually what I bought after Christmas, but I put them for my autumn decor. And this one, turn it round, I think it goes that way. Nutty but nice. I usually have that one in my haul. So I have to get some of these pieces, but we've been away a lot as well. In this bag is when I did a basket, and I had a variety of leaves, these felt leaves. Again, these were actually Christmas decorations from Wilko's that I got after Christmas a couple of years ago. And bits and pieces because I normally arrange a basket with the fake pumpkins in. What else have we got in here? Right, we have what is this, like a bronzy coloured antique gold pumpkin. I believe that could have been Poundland. And we have some glittery pumpkins, possibly Astor, again £1 I would have thought, could be wrong. And I must have got a little packet, because it's not very often you can find the different coloured pumpkins. And although I don't do a lot of decor upstairs, I sometimes just arrange, you know, maybe a little red pumpkin like this one on my little mini shelves in our bedroom or in the kitchen, because I had a lot of red in the kitchen. I have another one of the antique gold pumpkins. Again, it could be from Poundland. I've also got the silver one. These were Christmas decorations, and I've used these a lot in my autumn decor in the past. And I distinctly remember these were reduced down to 10p each, and I got quite a few. There's another one. And more of these pumpkins. Then I do have a couple of TY ones that I put out, because I did have a large collection. I still probably have got a lot of my bears, so people probably think I do have a large collection. So I've got the rat. I've put these separate. I've got the spider. I do have a ghost, a white ghost, and a bright orange one, which is a Beanie Buddy. But they must be downstairs. And that was part of that set. It must have been the black one, the silver, and the red. And it's got a lot of glitter on. I've got a feeling this, there we are, it was £3. And let's have a look. Yeah, Astor Stores Limited. Sometimes I leave them on. It was mostly, it's got spooky on, but guess what? It's got an owl on. And if I remember rightly, I believe I have that in my kitchen dining area. And have we got anything different? Oh yeah, this one would have been a Poundland one. I wanted something, because it was really difficult to find reasonable decor for the autumn. So I got this hedgehog, that was from Poundland. And we got some more of the plain pumpkins. I got some more of the squirrels. I have got a few sets of the lights that I had last year, and I've got the spider ones in there as well, and I do have the pottery pumpkin from Poundland. And then I'm just going to scoot up here. These two that light up, I believe they had, did they have the price on? Yeah, they were £1 each, and I did check, they were because they got the label on there, were both from Asda last year. This green one, I believe, was a Poundland one. That one, although I've got like a crystal that goes on the top, I was experimenting because I wanted a pinky glittery one for my cubby. So that was a DIY out of one of those small ones. And then I've got that pumpkin one there, plaque, which I'm sure was Poundland. Now, I'm coming down here. This is my doorstop for my bedroom. And I got, just a couple of years ago, I got the little Poundland outfit that you have for small dogs. And yes, we don't have a dog. But I always dress him up for different seasons, mostly Halloween and Christmas. I'm just going to pause it there so I can move some of the bits and pieces out the way so I can continue. Here is just a few items that are brand new for this year that I bought after Halloween last year. I got a couple of the trick or treat bags. I can't really say what I paid for them. They look like they were from Poundland, aside the labels that you can put on different pieces. I've been collecting a few jars, so I'm hoping to do something with them this year. I got a feeling maybe they were 10 or 20 pence each from Poundland. These lights here, it's a light up gauze garland. There's the picture. B&M, £3.99, and I paid 50p. So I got two of those. Hopefully I may use them on our mantle this year. And then I got two of these skeleton spiders, and they were 10p each instead of, was that £2.99? Instead of £2.99. And I thought, if anything, I could, if I didn't use them in my decor inside the home, I can use them on the back patio. So, just a tiny little bit that was in one of the boxes that I bought brand new after the season last year. I did put up this banner last year, Halloween banner from Poundland, and this is the design. It's very pretty, goes well with my decor. So I know that was used because it was all out of the packaging. So we're going on to, I think, box number 3, and it's just here. So I'm just going to lift pieces out and bring them across, and I'll show you. Now, some of these I'm not going to be able to tell you how much they were. There may still be stuff in here when I first went to America. I believe the first time was in 1993, if I remember rightly. And we did bring quite a lot of Halloween decorations back. So some of these, I've got a sneaky feeling, may I say come from America. And the first item, looking at it, I believe this may have been one, because back then we couldn't get the items. And I know they're supposed to be disposable, but at the time we had difficulty in getting bits and pieces. I know Asda, which is part of the Walmart group, does do a lot of these plastic trays now, besides Poundland and everything. But I've always wiped it over. I did used to have the whole set. I used to have tea towels, napkins, tablecloth, everything like that. But obviously over the years, they've just been thrown away now because they got grotty and very faded and everything, so I haven't got much to this design left. So that just got boo on. These I believe may have come from B&M. We've got warning zombies. I'm sure I got all these cups from B&M. And we've got this one, keep calm and carry on. Zombies are coming. And then I got 2 of these, eat, drink and be scary. And I don't know if I actually bought them last year. I know I used them last year. Whether I bought them last year as well, I am not 100% sure. And I can't really say how much they were. I bought some more of the different lights. These are the back lights. And they would have been from Poundland. And my witch's hat has seen better days. It's a bit squished, but once it's been, you know, put back into shape, that, as I said, goes along with the broom and that sign that I usually have in my haul. I've got these dishes here. People may recognise these, I don't know. These, again, I don't know. There's no label on them. I did use them last year, and I've got a few of those. Got 3 there. I don't know if I've got any more in the box. They could have been Poundland. I know I did start getting a lot of this sort of stuff from B&M, because I'm convinced these cups worked out cheaper getting them from B&M than they did actually from Poundland. Now the next thing I've got are these dishes. I have got 2 of these left, and I'm trying to look at the label, and I think they may have been Poundland. I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't actually say. I've only got 2 of those left. I've got another container of the spiders, because I use a lot of those lights around my home. And I have got a beware sign, and has it got a label? It could have been, might have been Asta. I think, yeah, Asta. That's sometimes why I like to keep the labels. It's just as well. But this is first year, obviously, I'm actually sharing all this on YouTube. So that's the beware sign. I would have thought that might have been about £3 or £4. Did it have the price on the back there? No. I did get some of these straws. Could have been Poundland. Not 100% sure on those. So I know my friends' grandkids like those when they come. And I have got some little mini pumpkins. I've got a feeling this may have been something else that I've bought after the season, and these were from Tesco's. Again, I am not 100% sure what I paid for those. Now, I've got a feeling these next couple of items I actually got, yeah, from when we was in America, 88 cents, Walmart. And I haven't got many left actually. I've got this Boo one. What I tended to do was I used to put a serviette or something, just protecting it and putting sweets in so they didn't get dirty. But as I say, now a lot of this stuff is quite common now. There's this one. And I've got another one which looks like $1.84. And I would have thought that's Walmart as well. Is it Walmart? Yes, it's Walmart. And it's this large Boo one. Usually I put the cupcakes in that one. like I said, it's probably not so precious now, but I think I've had them so long. The only thing I'm disappointed about is it's a shame like our Asda doesn't sell the candy corn because it's so expensive to order it in. And this has actually got a lid, and I'm positive again, if I can find the lid, it's on here. This is another item that I actually got when I was in America, and I'm positive is this tub. Oops, there goes my straws. I can't say what the price on that one was originally, but I'm positive that actually came from America. And this one was, I don't know, sorry about that. Might recognise it. Maybe it was a Poundland one. I have, I think, quite a lot, or I did get rid of a lot of platters because we used to do a lot of Halloween parties. I've got this plastic pumpkin tray. And what else have we got? I've got this Boo to You. Now, I'm not 100% sure if I actually got that online or whether that is something that did come from Poundland. It could have done, I suppose. It said anything that's got owls on. And I got these, I believe, came online. Although I think Poundland does do them now. This is when we had a really big Halloween party. I had these actually on the mantle. These goblets. But I believe you can get them from Poundland now. I did actually pay quite a lot for these. And there's that one. Again, this was before you could get a lot of this merchandise. What else have I got? This is all the pumpkin pieces, and there's some designs in the back there. They actually came from America. Hubby usually does a pumpkin every year. I think last year was the first year he didn't do one, and that was because we couldn't get a very decent pumpkin. And sorry about the rustling. This actually came from America, if I remember rightly. Although I did actually show these similar things now that have been sold in B&M. But again, and I'll keep repeating myself, a lot of these pieces you couldn't originally get here in England. So B&M do sell those now. I've got a couple of these little cauldrons. I actually used those and I put food in them with, again, with napkins. And what else do we do? Oh yes, salad forks. I like those usually. I used to have my utensil tot and my jar out near my cooker. I sort of decluttered my kitchen a bit, and these I used to stand in the actual tot. These type of things annoy my family. I'm surprised I've still got one, maybe one or two, maybe, I don't know. I've only come across one. They try and put them in the bin every year. And then I do have, I don't know if I've only got one, or well, I did have a couple of these. Sorry about the jodding of the camera. These table decorations. Now, I got a sneaky feeling I got some of these from the Card Factory a couple of years ago when, again, when I used to do my parties. I have actually got some plates left and napkin set, so that will be handy. I'm glad I checked. Oh, I have actually found the ghost one, but again, I don't know how long they will last. I keep trying to put them in the bin. I have got another pumpkin here by the looks of it. Is that a pumpkin? So I've got everything wrapped up that's breakable and trying to protect it. There we are. Got that one. Again, I like the black and the white because it goes really well with the rest of my decor. And I have got a couple of these tombstones. Rest in peace. I presume, I don't know if they've been or were they Poundland. I'm not 100% sure. I've got that one and I have that one there. Now whether I will put, I usually have them inside. Don't think I used them last year. I'm convinced I didn't. I might put them out in the garden this year. And if they get ruined, then I'll just get rid of them at the end of the season. These will have to flatten out a bit. I've got the spider webs placemats. I think I've only got 2 of those. This is one of the items I've actually got from America as well. This tablecloth, it has been going absolute years, and it's really thick, and it's one of those that's quite got the like a sort of heat resistant thing, and I wipe it and clean it, and it's seen many years of Halloween. I'm not sure how much longer it's going to last. If not, maybe I can cut it up. Hopefully it will do at least another year. Something that I didn't use from Asda last year was this eyeball jelly mould, and I'm hoping maybe to do it this year. As I said, I'm trying to get ahead of bits and pieces, although I have been looking more at my Christmas projects. I have used this, I don't know where this came from, this Trick or Treat transfer, but I managed to get back on the sheet, so I probably could use that again this year. And I have another one of those signs, the Salem Broom Co. and crafting enchanted brooms since 1692. And I believe they must have been Poundland, possibly, I would have thought. And the other item I'm not going to be able to show you because I'm one-handed is, I've used these quite a few years. I'm not 100% sure if I got these online or not. I might be able to show you. It's like a candelabra. It's a cardboard one. I usually have these on my dining room table. And I've got that one. That one's plain black. Then I've got one that's got the green bits on. And then to do with, I've got some spotlights in my dining room. So I usually have this one hanging down with the tassels. And that hangs down from the light fixture. I have got some things that go to the window. Again, I might have put those. I've got a sneaky feeling I had those on my hall mirror, mainly because of the owl. I'm hoping they may stick again this year because I put them back on the packaging. So as you can see, this is box 3. So I'm just going to pack this up and I will see what's in my last box. Right, this is my last box. I am trying to transfer all the decorations that I'm keeping each year into plastic boxes. I practically, if I remember rightly, got all my Christmas decorations now into plastic tubs. It's just some of the Halloween ones now. Right, this was what my son had one year. He was a werewolf type thing. Now, I don't honestly know where this came from. I know it wasn't one of the cheaper masks, and to tell you the truth, I hate the smell of it, especially when you put it on. But it was quite expensive, and I know before they've stuck it on all sorts of things like Mickey Mouse and everything that's in the dining room, and it can give you quite a fright. So that's one thing we've actually kept. It's quite freaky actually. This little witch, this is one that came from America. I know that for a fact. I think this was a Walmart item. And then I have these that have stakes usually in them, and I usually have these either side of my door. I've got 2 of those. I'm not sure where they actually came from. They could be in America, I don't know. I've got my pumpkin lights. Unless it's on the label, I've had those really years and years and years. I've got 2 lots of these that I haven't used yet. And I got these from IKEA actually after the season, and I think I paid something like 25p for them. And I bought them in case we had like a sit down meal and I could put place settings or something on them. So I've got 2 lots of those and I haven't used those yet. Right. Okay. Some of these might be packaged up because they might be breakable. So I've got 2 plastic buckets here, and I've got a sneaky feeling I may have bought them after Halloween. And in here I think it's another one of those pottery Poundland pumpkins. I think that's all that's in there. Oh no, this must be the bags and everything. Got that one. And I remember this. I think this might have been Poundland. I'm not 100% sure. I did have a few of these. I know one got smashed last year. I distinctly remember that. So I'm hoping they may have them again in this year, because I do like those. I say majority of the time is maybe not so much this one, but I will turn it round until Halloween and put a night light in it so you can just see without the face. And I have, looks like I have got a few Sweetie gift bags left, and Walmart £1.28. So, and I think, although a lot of these things you can get here now, and these were 67 cents. I don't know if it said pence or cents on the other one, but yeah, they were both from Walmart. And then I've got a little pumpkin bag there. So I'll just move those out the way, and I'll put the pumpkin up there for the time being so that don't get broken. What else have we got in the box? They're all different bits and pieces by the looks of it, so just bear with me. This is something I bought after last Halloween and it wasn't used, like Lego figurines. So I'm hoping to use those this year as they'll be going. And here we have my pumpkin hat, because a fair few years ago I worked at a care home and I arranged a Halloween party, and I actually dressed up as a pumpkin, so I have my pumpkin hat. Right, so I've got some more of those looks like pumpkins. glass ones and that, breakable ones. As I said, I do wrap everything. It's sitting on the bedroom floor actually. I have everything wrapped up. Yeah, I'm sure I had 3 of these, and sorry I'm jolting you. So the third one is the one that I must have got broken. And this looks like, without actually taking out the wrap, it's another one of those black and white ones. I think I went a bit crazy with those actually last year. And we have got a couple of things that I may have to take out the boxes. And I'll be with you in a moment. This was an item that I got last year and didn't use it. Glass clingers, that's what they are, and you put them, they're like little transfers, and you put them on your glasses. Anything that I don't use this year I've got to consider getting rid of, because I have got a couple of new bits and pieces that I have actually bought this year, which I will tag on to the end of this video, but I have hauled them. Another item I've still got in the box, I've got 2 sets of these, is these from Avon actually. They're a spider on legs, and you put the cupcake in there. So I definitely will use those this year. I think what happened was, if I remember rightly, I don't think hardly any of the Halloween decor actually came out last year, except for what I bought last year. We got the boxes down to package it all up. If I remember rightly, there was a lot of illness in the family and we didn't get that far. These were, got all the packaging all over me now, polystyrene, I hate that. Is these, I like these. These are from Poundland last year. And the next 2 items must be, I would say, about 10 years old, if not longer, and they came from Studio Cards, I believe. The first one is this skull, and the lid comes off and we fill it with sweets. They could even be more than 10 years old. And the other one is this haunted house, witch's house, and the lid comes off of that one, and again for sweets. I presume you probably can get something very similar, but as I said, and I'm sure they were from Studio Cards a few years ago, well, quite a few years ago actually. I know my favourites that come out every year, and they seem to stay with us a long time, and that is probably 2 of the items. Right, I'm going to package all this back up, and then I will get the couple of items that I actually bought when I was away last week. Right, these are the last few bits and pieces I want to include in my show of Halloween bits and pieces. These are what I got when we was away on holiday, and if I'm not mistaken, most of these I think came from Norwich. And first of all, we've got this boo sign here. That was reduced down to £2. I've actually hauled all these before. I've got 2 of the jars, one in like the lime green and one in the peachy orange. They light up. I managed to get the rose gold skull. So all these came from Poundland. I got the little cloche, is it? Yeah, light up cloche with the skeleton. As I said, I'm going to put that on. I've got quite a wide candlestick that I want to put that on. And the other one that I haven't seen anywhere else, they only had 2 of these, and I got this in Norwich, and it was reduced down to £2, is the little light up spooky house. I'll do that, press it at the same time. There we are. As I said, I have actually hauled all these. And a lot of the bigger items, all originally said £5, reduced down to £2. So I don't know whether they were selling them last year and it's stock from last year, or whether it was new stock in this year and they reviewed the price. I don't know. But anyway, that was my new mini haul. As I said, I have hauled it all in one of my previous videos. I do have a wreath that I got from Home Bargains. I haven't included it in this haul is because it is actually on my table at the moment because I'm working on it. I'm trying to go for a little bit of a Harry Potter theme as well. And although they are Christmas decorations, I bought a couple of tree decorations for Harry Potter from Primark, which I'm actually going to have out for Halloween as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this extensive look through my Halloween bits and pieces. Have a good day. Thank you.